Kingmakers is a game that's causing quite a stir. It's a game where you get to mix the old with the new, leading armies in a medieval world, but with modern weapons. Picture this. You're in command of an ancient army, but instead of traditional swords and shields, you're armed to the teeth with the latest modern weaponry. Just the thought of mixing these two eras together brings up a whole host of exciting, strategic scenarios. Kingmakers is more than just fighting battles. It's about making decisions that can change the future. The game's story lets you go back in time to try and fix the past to save the future. Kingmakers is an upcoming third-person shooter that sets a new precedent in the fusion of historical intrigue and futuristic warfare. At its heart, the game is a daring venture into a medieval world, where the fate of a war-torn era rests in the hands of a player wielding not just medieval weaponry, but a cache of modern-day arsenal. This unique premise serves as the backdrop for a narrative-driven experience that challenges players to question how the subtlest changes can alter the fabric of history. The game unfolds across a meticulously crafted landscape that echoes the tumultuous period of medieval England, yet it is a world on the brink of an apocalypse that only the player can prevent. It invites gamers into an immersive narrative where every action carries the weight of historical consequence. At its core, Kingmakers is a bold reimagining of genre boundaries, blending the intensity of a shooter with the depth of a rich and historical tapestry. The game aims to transport players not only across time, but into the heart of epic conflicts, where strategy and firepower collide. It's an adventure that promises to redefine expectations, offering a journey that's as intellectually engaging as it is thrilling. This venture into the unknown, where the past and present merge, is poised to captivate the imagination of gamers around the world. In Kingmakers, players will find themselves thrust into a critical role within a gripping narrative of hope and heroism. You are the beacon of light in a future where darkness looms, chosen to journey back 500 years to a medieval England engulfed by war. Your daunting mission is to alter the course of this bloody conflict in hopes of averting a dire apocalypse. From what the developers have shared and the glimpses we've seen in the trailer, we're in for a thrilling mix of action and strategy. Let's dive into what we can expect from the gameplay once Kingmakers launches. The heart of Kingmakers lies in its battles, which are not like anything we have seen before. Every fight is a real-time simulation where thousands of soldiers clash on the battlefield. What makes it stand out is the game's smart AI, which controls each soldier's moves, decisions, and loyalty. This, along with a special animation system, brings each character to life with incredible detail and making battles feel real and unpredictable. But what if you could bring a gun to a sword fight? In Kingmakers, you can do exactly that. Players will have access to an arsenal of modern weapons. Think assault rifles, shotguns, and even grenade launchers. There are also vehicles like armored SUVs and bikes, and players can call in airstrikes to gain the upper hand. Additionally, playing with friends brings a whole new dimension to Kingmakers. Up to 3 friends can join forces and each lead their own army in a joint quest. Whether you're attacking enemy castles or defending your strongholds, working together is key. Plus, the game makes it easy to switch between fighting and commanding your troops, and with simple controls, players can issue orders to their soldiers and plan attacks or jump right into the action. Kingmakers is a joint effort by tinyBuild and Redemption Road Games. They've drawn inspiration from famous games like Mount and Blade, Deep Rock Galactic, and Kingdom Come Deliverance, aiming to blend the best parts of these games into one epic experience. As Kingmakers moves towards its early access launch on Steam, the developers are inviting gamers to help shape the game. Through early playtests and demos, they want player feedback to make Kingmakers even better. Kingmakers is slated for an early access launch on Steam later this year.